Joe, do you have anything to give on reports? While Dawn's looking up that drawing.
No, I have nothing new. We've covered a lot of the items, but I will add one thing. The work on the Ridgewood Heights, Section 5 paving is to occur this week. Then also put the final wiring service on the Oak Brook Phase 6 last week to get that closed out. And there was a pre-construction meeting last week for the Windsor Woods PRD, and work should be started shortly. So I believe everybody has a copy of the report. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Chris?
Excuse me, Tom. Can I ask Joe a question, please?
Sure.
You think you could put a provision in that grant that we get 2 stop signs? We've been asking for 3 years on not Route 980 in O'Hara and East Bishop.
Okay.
Which grant?
The grant he's going to get the
Synchronizing the lights.
The $500,000 grant, maybe he would get his 2 stop signs in it too. Tom, you did tell us the road was considered a hazard and they were going to do something. We're still waiting.
We did, our traffic engineer did say it met the warrants for traffic stop signs, so it was submitted to PennDOT.
Yeah, that's on PennDOT staff still. They asked for comments from our traffic engineer months ago. Mike responded right away and sent it back to PennDOT. So we're waiting for PennDOT approval.
But the traffic engineer says it does meet warrants, so.
Seriously, I mean, I
Our
ask this every month.
Tony, our position is that the PennDOT has to do it if it meets warrants.
We usually say 4, but actually we only need 2. There's already 2 there.
Well, then you've got a 4-way.
You see what a fantastic job they did on Rising Road, so
Actually, I haven't been out there.
don't,
I've heard the map.
unless you want the whole bottom of your car ripped out.
Chris, anything on report?
We've addressed everything I've been working on in the last month today, so.
Okay, thank you, Chris. And Bill, I see you brought some material for us.
I did. I brought a sample of the sport court surface that I've had some experience with. It works really well on deck hockey courts. I wasn't so sure about basketball courts until I had an opportunity to play on it. They have the same surface up at the Isoplex that they convert their deck hockey court to basketball courts, and the ball rebound is no problem with it. So if you wanted to consider putting a sport court surface on both the basketball court and tennis courts.
When you mentioned tennis, you said basketball and deck hockey.
Basketball and deck hockey. Those are the 2 courts, yes. And
What's
then the other one, probably
How long does this last?
at least 10 years.
That's a lot of money for 10 years.
It is a lot of money. But
For
it's,
10 years.
Yeah.
Indefinite, it's plastic. Does it have to
Can
be
you-
broken or damaged, or does it just wear and break down?
it just, over a period of time, it will break down, I guess.
Is that one solid piece, or
It snaps together.
so you can we replace
Yeah,
pieces?
and you don't want to snap the pieces that you have together with your neighbors because you'll never get it undone. I made the mistake of snapping 2 together today to see how well it works. I couldn't get it unsnapped.
Do you want us to take?
They have a special tool they use to unsnap it. Yeah. So they interlock with one another.
So you're saying it lasts 10 years, but could you replace pieces that are worn?
Yes, there's some areas that are going to get more wear than others, like on the gold and stuff like that.
Right.
They can replace just by the top.
How? You can't unsnap it?
He said there's a special tool.
Oh.
Yeah, they use.
Is there a sub base for that to make it
Yeah.
more cushiony?
Yeah.
Or, oh.
You can come. I'll leave it
That
up here.
goes, this goes right on the current surface. There's very little preparation. They have a soft leveling latex that they use to take any imperfections out of the current surface, and they'll lay that right on top of it.
The tennis players say it's not good for tennis. Say it gets real slippy, you can just do on the ground.
It's questionable whether you want that on a tennis court, especially if there's a little bit of moisture on it.
It just seems so, I don't know, flimsy.
That's what I thought when I first put it down. I put one down out in South Park, and they had a rink. The one thing that the Mike Postle from Sport Court recommended is that we not use boards. Our deck hockey court is too small to put up boards over there. You need at least 2 feet behind the boards for the legs of the boards to be mounted correctly. And he said that our fence, in the condition that it's in, and is perfect. You have about, after this is installed, you have about 2 feet of area where before you actually go into the fence. So he recommended we just install the deck, and he can provide the new goalpost. Now, with regard to the goalpost, there was some concern on my part about whether we had to have breakaway posts or not. And he said his experience with municipalities is they just mount them in the ground. They don't have breakaway posts.
So are you recommending this?
I would recommend that for the deck hockey court, yes. Simply because of what it does to the game of deck hockey. The game of deck hockey is played differently when you're on a surface like this. It allows the players to slide sideways, just as if they were on ice. So that's why.
So this would be the surface for deck hockey?
Yes, and there are a couple of color options if you wanted to go with a blue and a gold. There's a whole list of colors that could be combined and patterns put together.
Has there been any other products to compare that to?
I'm not aware of any.
You should want a couple different choices, wouldn't you, to make sure that that's the best thing for your money?
We are.
Well, yeah, this isn't,
Yeah,
this
we're
is
just-
a couple months long.
This is a preliminary look-see. There's not a lot of products like this out there. There are other manufacturers, and the ones that the Penguins are using right now to put community courts in, they're having a problem with them talking.
Well, so this quote, though, that you gave us, unless I'm looking at the wrong thing, includes the tennis court, but we wouldn't do that, correct?
No, I wouldn't recommend that.
So it would be just, I'm sorry, huh?
Just a deck hockey.
But the other thing, asphalt normally works well for surfaces that our park, through the hundreds and hundreds of years, Miller's Run Stream used to move back and forth across from Miller's Run to that hillside, and through the years, it's just junk down there. It's not stable soil, so no matter how good a job our guys do with asphalt, the ground just isn't stable enough. I know the ones that are up to the high school, they're up on a hill and that's solid ground, it's stable, but that's why we start looking at something like this that might be a little more forgiving than just asphalt on unstable ground. So we're looking at other products also.
I mean, we have to don't we have to get moving relatively quickly on this? We've been talking about it for 9 months, and
Well, I think the price that he quoted us there, I think it's $24,000.
yeah, $24,600.
$25,000. I think that would require us to go out for a competitive bid.
Okay.
What I was trying to do was just get an idea of where we would be at, what it would cost us to do the deck hockey court and the tennis court. So.
But aren't we running into weather? I mean,
Oh, we are, but you know what, Mike said he can do this all the way up until the snow flies. Snap these into place, as long as there's nothing on that court.
but the next time our board
just that
comes
nobody
back
plays
is
on it.
October 1st.
Right, yeah. Yeah, there will still be an opportunity to snap that into place.
Mr. Chairman, can we make some sort of motion that we approve go up to a certain dollar amount?
No, we've got to get other products. This is just one product.
Just one product, yeah. There are other products out there.
I wouldn't mind hearing as well, where you got that 10-year from, or was that a guesstimated longevity, or was that a warranty period?
That was I've put this court down for Allegheny County when I worked for Allegheny County Public Works Department. The warranty that we received from them was 10 years on the deck hockey court.
Okay.
That deck hockey court was out in South Park. It had boards also around it.
So conceivably, it could be a 20-year product. I'm not just asking about the warranty, but I think I've seen them down for quite some time as well myself.
They were down for, I know, 7 or 8 years before I stopped keeping an eye on it. That court out there got heavily played also. So what it brings to the game is the ability to slide sideways on your skates, just as if you were on ice. It makes deck hockey more like ice hockey.
When you get more, some other quotes from some other companies too.
Yeah, I'm not aware of all the other companies. This sport court is on a purchasing contract with Pennsylvania and New Jersey. He's supposed to give me the information as to the exact purchasing contract that that's under. It's not under Coast Guard, so I'm not sure which agency in Pennsylvania it is. Is that what it is? Yeah. He said it was tied into New Jersey, Pennsylvania. So, as time permits, I could look into it. I don't have a lot of time right now. I'm down an office manager, and, so I'm doing some administrative work myself again.
All right. Anything else, Bill?
Yes, there's also a quote for the tennis courts for a 3-topping system from Luke's Tennis and Asphalt Company. Dawn was telling me that Luke's has worked for the township before in the past and put out, I guess, one of the first surfaces down on that tennis court out there. So he's providing the details of what he's proposing to do, what he's proposing to put down. The total amount of the work would run $18,800. That there, I think we could move forward with.
What do you see the big difference between that quote from Caruso?
What was Caruso's quote?
So the Lutz quote was $23.50 per linear foot, and I can see the summary here. What are we talking? How many linear foot? And should that be a square foot?
No, that's just a crack.
That's just a single crack.
The armor crack repair is $23 per linear foot.
Yeah, the 3-foot system that came from Caruso did not involve any surface preparation.
What about maintenance afterwards? I was just sort of Googling a little bit. It's saying you have the grease components and should be yearly maintenance as well. Who would they come back to do that? Whoever installs
Or
it?
we can work it out to public works.
Yeah, there's special grease, it says.
There's maintenance required on the safe surface.
Yeah, maintenance of the surfaces and stuff like that, that would fall to the Public Works Department as far as keeping it clean and stuff like that.
I think we need to get more bids on this and we need to have an opportunity to review it. I'm seeing this for the first time. Right now, we can't make any decisions like that.
I agree. I would prefer that, because doing what I'm doing takes a lot of time and legwork to do. I would suggest that if the board is interested in pursuing this project, that we advertise and and solicit more than just a few vendors that I'm familiar with, and have and solicit bids on this. Because what I'm seeing right now is a wide range of pricing, and I'm just not familiar enough with a lot of these companies to say one way or the other that I'm confident that they know what they're doing.
Plus, we closed the park in a couple of months anyway.
And we closed the park in a couple of months anyway. That's right.
I wish you would have said that. I mean, we've been doing this now for 3 or 4 months, and we're now at the point where we almost can't do it this year because it's taken so long. I wish, in the future, there's nothing wrong with saying that. I wish you would have said it 3 or 4 months ago when we started this process so that we could have gone out and, potentially, because we're going to go with a budget line item that's not going to get utilized this year because we didn't move fast enough, basically.
Cindy, online it says that this has a 15-year limited warranty, and it also says that it's really good for, there's a lot of good things about the product, but what I found online, it says 15.
What's the limited warranty?
It doesn't give the specifics of the limited warranty. It just says covered by a 15-year limited warranty, and it says expect to deliver at least that many years of playability. So, but it says as far as like shock absorption and all that, it's really good for. I was curious about the shock absorption for the kids playing and stuff like that. But.
Right.
Bill, these sport court prices, does that include reconstructing a new asphalt base and dirt work underneath these courts?
No, it doesn't.